there's people here already. Holy cow. What am I doing? Oops, what did I just do? Okay. There's a couple people in here. Hello, MB, Brian Smith, Prepper Cowboy. Good evening, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to work this StreamYard thing. Can you guys hear me okay? Hello. Hey, American, you don't know what I'm doing. Okay, good. You guys can hear me okay. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen to look something up on the computer, but I figure I can just show you, I guess, on this other device. So there's just like two things I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys heard already, but I'm here. Oh my God, everyone is going live. Just went live first time. Oh my goodness. So I picked a bad time to go live, I guess, beyond prepping. So I was reading through the news today and I came across something really interesting and I just wanted to share it with you guys. I don't even need to tell you why I'm sharing this because you'll know. But there was an article from a couple different news outlets saying that there's a stealth new disease that 300,000 Brits are living with that could kill them within 5 years. And if you can see this, I don't know if you can. So this new stealth disease, there's a bunch of people coming down with, and it has to do with their heart. They're saying massive amounts of people are going to drop dead from this. So from what I was reading, they're going to start monitoring people in Australia for this, aside from Britain. It's not funny at all. So I'm not really even sure why I'm laughing, but just wanted to put that out there so you guys could see that. And, you know, there's also other stuff going on where they are raiding Amish farms. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but that's a little concerning to me for many different reasons because Amish people are not part of our system that we have. They don't have driver's licenses. They don't have IDs. They're completely separate than what, Big G does with all of us. I'm in my town from 25 of the last year. Town now 6 people in my family. Ooh, dirt man, that's not good. Sarah Pack, I was thinking possibly. Well, they're not saying that it's that prepper cowboy. They're saying that it is, I'm forgetting the name of this, but give me 1 second. Aortic valve stenosis. So narrowing of the aorta, which isn't good. 907 Barry, yes. So that's a lot of people that they're saying are going to die within the next 5 years if they don't get that fixed. I'd say that's a pretty big deal. You know, and I wonder, is this when they're going to put into effect the whole 3D printed heart thing that they're trying to do? And beings that this is over in the UK, could that be why certain things were halted? If you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just kind of, making my own observation. Guns coast to coast. When you say blackout, do you mean on this particular subject or something else? Oh man, crowds are huge on live streams right now. I must have picked a really bad time to hop on and do a live stream because I guess everybody else is doing one too. Oh, on the rallying. Yeah. So, yeah, nobody's talking about that. And the only thing I'm seeing on that is what I see here on YouTube, the video footage and stuff like that, which, hey, I give them credit. I'm proud. I'll say that. Hello to everybody coming in. Sean Lee, that's funny. Hello, Zach Westland. MB, I will check out that live stream. I've never heard of it before. Oh no. Beyond prepping, you're live streaming 4 different streams at the same time. I gotta figure out how to, yes, camera. "14 days of plan." Huh. MB, I agree. It's crazy. But, you know, this whole, they're expecting hundreds of thousands of people to drop dead is something. I'll say that, I think. And they're saying that there might be a large pool of people that have yet to be diagnosed with this stealth heart disease that's going to take out so many people. Sean Lee, I've never heard of Unleashing Intuition 1. So I'll have to check that out. I should get a pen and paper so that I can write things down that you guys suggest for me. Hide in their holes. In the ground when accountability comes knocking. I agree, Jack Johnson. Dirt Man, where exactly are you talking about, here in the United States or somewhere else? Are you talking about the black plastic coffins? Mark Bottoms, what do you mean screen capture? Do you want to see the article that I'm talking about? So how do they know 300,000 people? Okay, so Rob 64. I'm just going off of what these news outlets are saying. They're saying that there were 300,000 people. And I can actually read it for you if you want, because I'm not sure how to share my screen on here, and I think I'm going to mess it up if I try. Let me see something really quick. Okay, let me try to share my screen. And screen sharing works best. Okay. Whoops. Okay, never mind. I can't figure this out. So I'll just read you the article. And does my screen look normal now that I clicked off the screen sharing thing? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this whole trying to share my screen out. Okay, just give me 1 second and I'll read you guys this article. It says, some 300,000 Brits are living with a stealth disease that could kill them within 5 years, doctors have warned. A third of those are likely to have no idea that they are affected because they do not show clear symptoms. And then it says aortic valve stenosis, or AS, is a heart condition that often shows symptoms until it's already too late. The condition is when the heart's aortic valve narrows, reducing blood reducing blood flow from the heart into the main artery to the body, which is the aorta. This can cause chest pain, dizziness, fatigue, or a rapid fluttering heartbeat in more severe and life-threatening cases. Some people are more prone to getting it, including those of older age with diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart conditions from birth. And it says, given the aging of the UK population, it is thought that there may be a large pool of as yet undiagnosed people. Researchers in the UK and Australia set out to estimate how many people could be living with the condition now, and of those, many are at risk of death. They did this using population data and previous estimates of aortic valve stenosis prevalence. According to their calculations, the overall prevalence of severe aortic stenosis among the over 55s in the UK in 2019 could be almost 15%, equal to around 300,000 at any one time. Just under 200,000, 68%, were symptomatic, meaning they had severe disease that would be eligible for surgery. The remaining 90,000, 32%, had a silent case of the condition and will probably not be diagnosed unless they are being screened for another problem. Without timely treatment, up to 172,859, 59% of the overall total will die over the next 5 years. It's estimated that equal to 35,000 people every year, according to the findings published in the journal Open Heart. Nearly 10,000 of these deaths will be among 55 to 64-year-olds. The NHS says that someone with mild symptoms of aortic valve stenosis is monitored every year or two. If symptoms become severe, it's likely they will need surgery to stop the condition worsening to heart failure, or sudden cardiac death. Research has found that people with severe aortic stenosis who are not treated with surgery have a 25% chance of dying in the first year after symptoms start. The risk is 50% in the second year. That's pretty high. And, this is a pretty long article. I don't know if you want me to sit here and read you the whole thing, but, they give you the symptoms, which are pretty similar to something else. And, in the UK, that's where they also halted certain things. So I'm going to scroll up and read some of your guys' comments that I missed while I was reading. Oh no, we're talking about monkeys. Stephen LaFleur. I was looking at the Davos thing. Some interesting things, for sure. Stephen Ursino. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. I apologize if I'm not, but what exactly do you mean by that? Well, yeah, they're saying that, they expect these people to die off by 2024. Oh, Anthony Tripp, the lady that got sick here in Pennsylvania. So that's completely disappeared from the news completely. There's no more talking about it. And um, there was actually an article I shared in the community tab here, and they were saying that, oh, there's so many people making up conspiracy theories on the woman that got sick. And that was a little bit off-putting to me because, you know, whenever, I don't know how to say this without um, getting in trouble, but you know that whenever somebody is on to something, that's the term they use to discredit people. So 907 Bear. I think I might agree with you on that because I was watching something. I actually have a clip of it on my Rumble of the WHO leader talking with some other leaders, and they were saying exactly that. It's on my Rumble, though. Hey, guys that are just coming in. JD, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Oh, guns coast to coast. I know they were American and his wife were jagging me off about monkeys coming in my yard, but luckily that crash happened quite a few miles away from my house. It's almost an hour away, so I agree, Anthony Tripp. My bet is, yeah, 907 Bear. Definitely believe that numbers are being inflated for sure. I I am not hiding a lab monkey in my house. Let me just tell you. No way. You're funny though. So, what do you guys think about this whole Amish, um, these Amish farms being raided? Not just for them saying the one farm was illegally selling, I guess, firearms or something like that. But I mean, there was another farm here too within like the past week, and they got raided for selling raw milk. I just Yeshua is coming. You're from Pittsburgh. Hello. Yeah, Sarah Pack. Wow, is right. That's what I said when I was reading. It's just like things are getting so crazy. You're just hearing about this. Yeah. I agree. Overreach for sure. We could catapult the I'm gonna share that. I keep forgetting that I can post these so people can see them. That's funny. That's hilarious. Hey, American, what about peckers? There's no more peckers gonna be shown on my live streams, that's for sure, if that's what you're getting at. Sean Lee, I was kind of thinking about that. In fact, something actually happened to a close friend of mine here, and she definitely had some angels watching over her or something like that. But her house actually got shot up, and it missed, just barely missed her and her two little boys. And they're really good people. I have no idea how anything like that could possibly happen. Why is it, though, illegal to consume and sell raw milk? Because from what I was reading, it's better for you. That's why it's so confusing. Like, what is the thing with raw milk? Unless they're worried about this prion disease. Guns Coast to Coast, the Convention of the States. That was another. I don't really I didn't really look into that too much today, but I need to whenever I get off of here. That's not being talked about either. I'm a little behind on my comments, but I just read your homage are easy targets. The branch. Yes, I agree. 907 Bear. Oh, you guys are hilarious and make me laugh. It's always a good time when I hop on here. Yes, MB, why don't you start this channel? Monkeys and peckers. Jason M. What about TB? Okay, I see. MB, you know I'd come sub you if you had if you made a channel called Monkeys and Peckers. Nebraska and Wisconsin legislation just voted their states proceed. Hmm. I'm gonna be following this Prepper Cowboy. Thanks for the update because I had some stuff going on this weekend, and right before I hopped on, I kind of seeing that there was some stuff going on with that, and I'm like, I kind of already had a couple things I wanted to talk about, which I had already told you guys about, and then whenever I get off here, I'm gonna look into that, keep following that. Oh, JD, yes, I agree. Only thing milk can be good for. See, none of this affects me at all because I can't drink regular milk. But I will say in the past, um, I tried raw milk and that did not bother my stomach like the milk you buy in the grocery stores, which is odd, isn't it? Guns coast to coast. Yes, I've cut mainstream news out of my life as well. The only thing I do with mainstream news is I look to see what is being talked about the most. And then whenever you see more than 10 articles on something, I look at the verbiage and what they're talking about, and you can usually predict something that's about to happen just by what they're talking about. You know, this whole like Russia thing, that's why I'm like I'm not sure what to think about that just because of what they're saying. What do you guys think about that? Do you feel like it's a distraction? Do you feel like something's going to pop off? Your stomach is just like a septic system. Yeah, I guess it kind of is. Monkey milk. No, we're talking about monkey milk, guys. Yeah, guns coast to coast. Exactly. The propaganda. Todd Rushton. I'm glad you mentioned that because that was like kind of what I was thinking. So if one thing doesn't work, is that going to be like their plan B? So they're just kind of putting information out there to get people um, kind of paying attention. Anthony Tripp, that's so funny. Pepper Cowboy, what are your thoughts? Something bigger, like as in, if you can't say, then don't say, but I'd like to know. I know, guns coast to coast. They really would. They really would. Oh, anonymous prepper. I can't talk tonight. You missed a lot. I read you a full article, so you'll have to go back and rewatch. Yes, exactly. Everything is their fault. Hey, American, your water pump busted. Was that Russia's fault too? Oh, no, 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 JD. That's the thing. This whole Did anybody look up this Truth Social that I guess is going to be Trump's um like I guess social media platform? Did you actually look and read what they're saying about that? Because if you didn't, I would. Um, Even though it might be a little bit better than the platforms that are out here right now, it's still talking about being family friendly, and there can't be hate speech, and there can't be this and there can't be that. And this day and age, hate speech can be anything. It's a very broad term. And I just foresee this being it's not going to be a free speech platform. I'll just say that. I don't think so whatsoever. Now, maybe I'll be proved wrong, but just by what I'm, reading, it doesn't seem so. True tube. I After reading some articles, I kind of think that it's not going to be what they're saying. TrueTube, let me know if you make your own. I'll promote you. And hey, sorry about the last time you came on with me. I did not mean for somebody to stick their floppy in the camera. Yeah, Brad's journey. It's definitely going to be censored. They're already talking about it, and it's not even up yet. So don't get your hopes up. That's all I'm saying. And if I'm wrong, you can come to my channel and tell me that I'm full of shit. But I'm telling you, I don't think I am. Man-O-War, that's what it looks like. In fact, let me see if I can pull one of the articles up just so I can read what they're saying word for word. Okay. So they're developing Truth Social, developing content moderation practices to ensure a family friendly community. And then it says it launches later this quarter. The media and technology group social media platform will already have stringent content moderation practices in place to ensure it is a family friendly online community. And it talks about who they're partnering with, and yeah, it's not going to be, a free for all, say what you want type thing like people are expecting. Jason M. Schmidt, I agree. Social feels like a Trojan horse. Could be. I've had many things go through my head kind of looking into that. And then when I seen, they're already talking about content moderation. And it's like, but this was supposed to be a free speech platform. So I don't foresee it being that way whatsoever. Yeah, a American. Yes. I did a little bit um, earlier on, but I was following some things that I saw going on, and I question everything. Everything. So I'm very observant and just like to look into things, and that's my downfall on some things, I guess. Sarah Pack, yeah. Oh, good to see you too. Right, I agree with this comment. Because when do you draw a line? What's family friendly and what's not family friendly? So are you not allowed to share certain information because it would be deemed not family friendly? Like there's just there's a lot that I question. So somebody's going to need to literally come up with a platform of their own. I wish I was that technologically advanced because I would do it myself, but I can't. So, Roxanne, yes, thank you very much. I've been saying this for years. They're both wings to the same bird. Well, the thing about this is they're predicting something big to happen by 2024 where the world's population is going to drop drastically. And there's so many different things it could be. And, with them talking about this new stealth heart thing going on, and they're expecting, hundreds of thousands of people to drop dead from this. And they're saying that there's more people that don't know that they have this. And we all kind of are on the same page as far as thinking what that's from. So I don't know. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. I'm glad you guys at least come on and appreciate the stuff that I read and look up. This was supposed to be a prepper channel and me showing you prepping stuff, but then I'm like, there's just so much going on and I do so much reading. Half of you know what you're doing. If you guys had a question on something, I would help you out as best as I could. Everybody does their own thing. Not one person is the same at what they do. And that's why I watch other channels too, because I learn something new from you guys in the comments. I learn new stuff from other channels because we all kind of have our own way of doing things, and that's what makes it so cool when you can share information. Right. I agree, JD. Like tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing a review of these. They were like one of my first videos I did of these collapsible water storage jugs. Because there's a lot of people that live in apartments, and you might not live in a house. You might not have the room to do certain things, but you have to prep somewhat, and you have to try to think of, you know, sly ways to, kind of keep that stuff out of sight in your apartment. And that's hard to do when you have a small space. Seraphim in the Desert. I agree. And I actually used to have a telescope, and I used to look at stars. Now, here's the thing though. I'm probably going to get in so much trouble for saying this, but I think NASA's full of shit. I'm just going to say that. I don't really believe everything that they say. But supposedly there's this red giant star that Betelgeuse or whatever was supposed to explode, and I guess the explosion from the star destroying itself was supposed to really screw us up here. But I haven't looked, into that much. Yes, Sarah Peck. Oh, speaking of, that organization. Did you guys read the bill, the NASA bill, where they were um, pretty much trying to let, I don't think it got passed. I've been looking at so much different stuff lately on other things that are super important to be following along. Not that this bill wasn't. I don't think it passed, and I think that's why I stopped following it. But they were trying to let um, anybody under 18 vote. I mean, you can't go have a beer, but you can vote for your president. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, I get that. I mean, maybe what I was looking at in the telescope was not what I thought it was, but I used to stargaze a lot years and years ago. Yeah, I don't think we can either. And who thinks the moon landing was a hoax? Press one. Oh, it's funny to see you guys have the same views. Yeah, that's a lot of their stuff is CGI. Jay Howe. That's I'm not saying that, every 18-year-old is a shithead. I'm really not, because there's some mature, responsible people out there. But I mean, they didn't specify what the cutoff age was. So are we talking, 15? I mean, we're talking under 18-year-olds to vote. Tim Ryan, I was actually thinking that myself. Every 100 years or so, something happens, and um, there's a collapse of some sort. Something big happens. Maybe a little over 100, but I've been kind of looking into that a little bit. But it's a lot of reading, because information, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, it's been happening a lot lately. Information is hard to find now. Like, I can't find stuff. I can't go on the computer, and I use different devices, but I can't find stuff that I was reading about a year or two ago. It's like it disappeared from the internet. if I believe the whole Planet X theory. Um, you know, I'm not saying that I don't think that something crazy happens because there are, I forget what mountain range it is, where they found seashells in the mountains. So, like, I do believe that there's something that causes a cataclysm or has caused one because we really don't know. You know, we don't know if it only happened once, if it happened multiple times. There's so much disinfo out there, and I think it's purposely being spouted because they don't want us to know. Jack Johnson, yeah. I think that is more believable than anything for the simple fact that I believe in the electric universe theory. You know, look at us. We are electric beings. If we didn't have, our bodies wouldn't be able to function without electrical impulses. Why do you think they shock you whenever your heart stops to restart your heart? Or, for example, if you have tachycardia and your heart is stuck in that really fast rhythm, they can either shock you to get your heart to go back into rhythm, or they can give you a drug called adenosine, and that stops your heart to get it going back in the rhythm. So I believe everything to an extent is I don't want to say run by electricity, but we need that. Yes, Sarah Peck, I know. Um, I there's a lot of questions I have about certain things. I don't like to get into because there's a lot of, some people believe one thing, other people believe another thing. Some people think the earth is flat. Some people think the earth is round, and I just don't even get into that kind of stuff because it causes huge arguments, and that's not what I put my channel up for. I put my channel up so that we can all talk and share ideas about things that are going on so that we can look ahead a little bit and try to prepare for it. Alec Alberti. Sarah Pack, I'm not saying I think you're crazy whatsoever. I just don't insert myself in those conversations because those conversations can get pretty heated and people will believe what they want pretty much. So I guess could talk to somebody on my thoughts until I'm blue in the face and I still couldn't change their mind. So but I don't think you're crazy. Jason Schmidt, The Big Bang Theory. I don't know about all that, but I do like the song by Stone Temple Pilots. Starting to get some of my gardening stuff ready for spring, even though it's early. That's okay. You can start plants early indoors. In fact, I always think it's a good idea. I don't know if you guys like to cook. If you like to cook, it's not a bad idea to have fresh herbs that you can cook with. Keep them on your countertop or in front of a windowsill. Um, and easy things you can start indoors, like spinach. That's like one of the easiest vegetables to grow. And you can have spinach salads. You can have cook it up and make it into a meal. But tomato plants and stuff like that, that would be hard to grow indoors. I did have a little mini lemon tree grow indoors and produce fruit before. So it's not entirely impossible to do. You like fried chicken and cornbread with black-eyed peas. Sean Lee, are you Southern? It does sound good, though. Dirty carbon-12 formed when gamma radiation hits the nitrogen in the atmosphere, warps the carbon algorithm. I'm not sure what that means. They will eventually be rolling out digital currency, and that will include passport, social credit score, and green credit score. Yes. Funny you bring up the whole green thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you're making any online purchases lately, they are talking about they are carbon friendly. This is carbon friendly. That's carbon friendly. So that's all going to be rolled into this whole system as well. I mean, I knew that was coming, and I'm just not okay. Like I'm going to have a really hard time with the whole digital currency thing. If you don't have physical cash, or if you don't have something to hold in your hand, it can be taken from you at any time. And I'm pretty sure that's the plan. But investing in physical things is the best thing that everybody could be doing right now. Not digital Bitcoin, or I'm not telling you what to do with the whole cryptocurrency thing. This is my view, but like I will never invest in crypto. I will never invest in anything that I can't physically hold, because it can get taken from you at any time by a hacker, by whatever. Oh, true, tube. Why do you say that? Window liquor prepper. That's a good idea. I'm actually thinking about doing a greenhouse house myself. I'm just not sure where I want to put it yet. Yep, I agree. Sarah Pack, yes. Physical that I can hold in my hand. Revelation, yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree with that too. 907 Bear. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good point you brought up. Billy, truth be told, that sounds like a pretty gnarly job. I don't know if I would be able to do something like that. Awesome, Raven. Well, I'm glad that you made it to the live. I don't know how much you were here to see or what you missed, but I didn't talk about a lot of stuff. But I'm going to do some reviews on some things this week, I think. Yes, I agree, Raven. That explains the cast of Jersey Shore. Do you really think that that's going to happen here, though, Raven? Because um, I haven't seen anything about that. Not even talk in, groups on social media platforms. Really? Interesting. Billy, truth be told. So, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to follow and to kind of try to keep up with. And some days it's really hard because there's just so much, to be honest with you. Um, sometimes people are stuck on this whole Russia thing. Sometimes the really important stuff that's going on right now is kind of hard to find. And that's what's worrying me. Are you guys having trouble with looking things up, and things that you were able to look at before are no longer available to read online? I don't know if anybody else is having this issue. I agree with your comment, Revelation. And the thing is they're literally building a I don't know, what would you call a smart city? A digital prison? Digital cages? They're putting up everything that needs to be put up everywhere right now and making it seem like this is going to be so great, and it's not. And I just wish people would wake up and realize that, you know, come on, streetlights that are capable of crowd control. What do you need that for? Yeah, Sour Pack. I agree. I've noticed that too. Hello, Mike Decker. Yes, Jason M. Schmidt. The smart cities that they're building, there were millions and, well, I want to say billions of dollars that was authorized to give states whose city, like the mayors that run the cities, to fund them to do their experimental, um, smart cities. That's all getting worked on as we speak. If you look up smart cities or smart, the smart agenda, or look, you can look and see what they're doing in your state. The streetlights are going up all over the place, and the capabilities that they have alone should alarm everybody. What do you need crowd control in a streetlight for? Revelation, I agree. And for those of us that have children, we need to be very concerned, because, you know, what's going to happen when we're dead and gone? Good night, Rob64. Right, Ladybug Redneck. I agree with that. But whenever, you see protests happening in, states, they usually happen, well, at least here they did. They were doing them downtown, and they were doing them along like business districts, not really going down into neighborhoods, private streets, and causing chaos. But what would you need crowd control on quiet streets in front of people's homes? I still have a little bit more to read before I do my part 2 video on that, but there's just so much wrong right now, and it's only going to continue to get worse. I'll tell you, like, this was a couple years ago, but I did not want a smart meter on my home, and I chased the people that came onto my property off of my property, and I also let my dog loose so they wouldn't come in my yard. He was not a nice dog, And I specifically told them, if you come in my yard, he will bite you. So don't come in my yard. I don't want that on my house. And they told me eventually everybody was going to get one. And it was required by law. Well, they waited until it was like -2 degrees the one day. It was too cold to let my dog out in the yard. And they put one on my house. They came onto my property and put one on. And then I called and raised a fuss about it to the utility company, and they were just kind of like, we can't put an analog meter on your house, and everybody's going to have them. This is, I forget what the date was where everybody was to have one of these on their home, but you know, we don't have an option to opt out here like other states do. Yeah, Sean Lee, they are not good for you. Chicken neck, I agree. Hardcover books are the way to go. They can't be wiped away. Yes, Jason M. Schmidt. It does sound familiar, doesn't it? Yep. I was actually reading that. And that's why I said, I don't know if you were here eyes wide open like 15 minutes ago, but that's why I was saying that I didn't trust NASA. So living off grid in the desert, that sounds amazing. But I don't know if I could do the desert heat. I have family that live in the desert area, and man, that heat. I, Jason Schmidt. Yep. Yeah. Stephen Ursina. That's a good observation that you've made. Oh, Sean Lee. I don't even want to get into that right now. That's a whole nother topic, and I'm not going to be on here that long. So, I'm hearing a lot of buzz though that people are saying they feel like something's going to happen um, in the beginning of February. But, you know, we're so focused on something. They're all saying, or they're all expecting something to happen. But really, what everybody doesn't realize is there is something happening right now. we are being inundated with technology that's going to, I got to be careful how I say that, but it's going to not be for our benefit. We'll just say that. You guys know what I'm talking about. It really does. You know, they're already starting the process. Yeah, pretty much. Yep. So much BS. You got to kind of come through it and make your own observations. A lot of free fictional movies seem rather nonfiction now. Anonymous Prepper, yeah. I would say that's kind of like the whole, predictive programming thing. Because I mean, I when that truck of monkeys crashed and then that lady got sick, I was just like, this is like that movie Outbreak. Or not Outbreak, Hot Zone, I believe it was called. Yeah, Revelation. So I was reading some crazy, crazy stuff that has to do with that. I put up a 3-part video. I'm surprised it's still up, to be honest with you. But I put up a 3-part video, and it was talking about hacking humans, how it's possible. Um, and if you really dig deep enough, you will see that everything is interconnected. It's all about the Internet of Things. I didn't see that movie, Sarah Pack 12 Monkeys, so I can be. Sean Lee, either that or, you know, this. I don't know if you were here when I was talking in the beginning where they were saying 300,000 people were going to die because of this stealth new disease, which was that aortic stenosis. So they're expecting large, large, large numbers, like huge numbers of people dying, within the next 5 years. So, Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that movie. I really don't watch much TV anymore. Speaking of watching TV, I have to tell you guys this, and you have to pay attention if you do watch TV, especially if it's a news channel. There were people at my house, and we were sitting and watching television, and this actually happened on multiple occasions. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but whenever there's something big, like a sports game or something going on TV, where they would normally have a lot of viewers, or a particular show, when it goes to commercial, it will say CNBC, get yours. Like it says, get yours. And you know what? It, it, I'll have to tape it one day. It's really odd. It got my attention because I was reading something. I wasn't paying attention to the television, and it kept doing that every commercial break. Get yours in a really odd voice. What should people be getting? I'm sure y'all know. I agree. So, yeah, something to pay attention to. It was really creepy. And now, anytime my television is on, um, it's really noticeable. Where stores will be bare. Oh, yeah, anonymous prepper. I agree. Good evening, 318. Unfortunately, I'm going to be hopping off here in like a few minutes, guys, because, well, to be honest, I'm going to go do a little bit more reading and just relax a little bit before I get everything set up for tomorrow. I homeschool, so I know some of you probably know that, but it's the best thing to do right now. I personally, um, even if things weren't crazy with the protocols they have in place, I probably still wouldn't send her. So there may be a lot of doom and gloom about. There's also a lot of joy and hope. I enjoyed a great pizza with my wife tonight, and good times abound where we seek them out. I agreed 100%, Stephen. I'm glad you had a great time with your wife eating good pizza. I actually was doing some stuff this weekend too. I don't like to come on here and talk about all doom and gloom. That's why I said this week I think I'm going to do some reviews on some of the stuff that I have that I think would be helpful to some of you guys, especially I don't live in an apartment, but I just got some stuff that I think would be useful for people in an apartment setting that you might not know about. Oh, thank you, Sean Lee. Same to you. So I think I'm going to call it a night here, though, guys. I really like talking to you guys and reading your comments, but um, I'm going to call it here. And I don't know. I will have some regular videos out to you guys soon. Like I said, I'm going to probably do a review on a couple things this week. And then if I find anything else out, you guys know I'll put a video out on it. So, but thank you all that showed up to chat with me on my live. And I don't know. I will see you soon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. See ya.